Hi everyone, today we will talk about several interesting points on the market. The first one is Roaring Kitty situation. Certain conspiracies that are running around this person and this situation as well. The fact that some people are saying that essentially someone just bought his profile and doing some things from his profile, right? We will also discuss current situation in the market, what I am doing, what I am planning to do. Please let me know if you can actually view the video right. I do believe I see some issues currently, and we will be kicking off the process from my end. There might be certain issues because some things were happening recently, but I believe it should be right because I was testing out everything before the stream. So we will kick off with the first take, which is, I'm sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out if the stream is on or not at this stage. Should be on, right? All right, I'm sorry. So we will start with the first take, which is Roaring Kitty situation. And if you can hear, I'm a bit under the weather, but let's be real, do you fucking care? I don't think so. Interesting situation happened pretty much this week. Roaring Kitty came back. Roaring Kitty is the guy who is behind GME stock, and he's essentially the person behind the kickoff of the previous bull run as well in crypto, because first he kicked off retail bull run to actually be buying GME stocks and meme stocks, and then people used these profits to kick off Dogecoin run and essentially crypto run in the first place as well. And recently he came back. He started to pretty actively post on Twitter these things, which pretty much caused our GME stock to pump up to $65, probably liquidating some VCs on the Wall Street as well. Just one sec, I will check if stream works. 1 second. All right, it's live. Yep, sorry guys. And currently it just looks like a chart of Solana Memecoin at this stage, because we can see that it pretty much just went down. And why people don't believe, why people don't think that this is something that is happening at this stage? Is there any type of conspiracy? Because there were rumors on the marketplace that he pretty much just sold his Twitter account to someone, and someone else just using his Twitter account currently at this stage. We also saw a certain surge up in altcoins, in memecoins, specifically on Solana, with Roaring Kitty coming back. Things like GME and a bunch of like meme stock in crypto on Solana specifically, and currently it's correcting quite heavily. I don't think that we will be coming back, unfortunately 70% already. And at the same time, what is very, very interesting, if we would actually check out the chart, we can see that someone was buying right here back in April, having these green candles in the first place. I do believe that if you would actually check out on chain, because we can see that the buying started somewhere here at the end of April. I do believe if you would actually check on chain, you might figure out who were these people who are buying these things, who are the insiders, and maybe it might be quite smart in the first place to track the wallets and to see what type of things are they buying. And main conspiracy guy in crypto currently is Caesar, obviously Caesar. Very, very interesting information that he's sharing. Some things he's right on, some things he was wrong on, but very, very interesting type of conspiracy to check out. So they used Roaring Kitty to pump the market and their backs in several coins because they were getting wrecked. So they could sell the pump on you guys and take those winnings to throw back at other failed projects and make you forget temporarily how into the meme coins on Solana and to dump on them moving forward. If this is something that is, if this is actually something that's happening, it's so crazy in the first place. I'm getting information, I'm experiencing some internet issues, but yeah, I can't do anything unfortunately with it currently, so I believe we will just proceed as we are currently. So if this is something that is happening currently, it's actually quite smart from the point of view of these people, because you can understand and you can definitely see that cat meta is a bit forced, a bit at this stage. Kind of makes sense that, yeah, people like cats more on the internet than dogs with meme coins, but in general, it definitely was a bit forced and pushed by other accounts as well. And all this GME pump, just with the fact that we are dumping like 3 days after, that's exactly like Solana people essentially work. And with all this psyop, it's actually pretty interesting. It's pretty smart in the first place, because they understood that the market is probably at the turning point currently. They probably planned it in the heads better, that we have this account, the just one weapon that we might be using in our arsenal of weapons to rob retail and to make money on retail. So we would essentially start posting exactly at the time when market will be turning back up, and at the same time the timing for this thing is very, very smart. And no one have seen like new videos from Roaring Kitty himself. It's just these videos that he's pushing on his Twitter page, and it's actually quite interesting in the first place, the fact that these videos are specifically being done in a way that are kind of similar to how this person would actually operate. They're kind of similar to the way how he would be sharing information to all his retail audience in the first place. It's actually quite smart to get people funneled into Twitter as well. That Twitter page is being used because people from Reddit are coming to Twitter. Yes, they're watching these videos, they're pumping GME, but at the same time, in all of these comments under Twitter, you see crypto bros shilling their meme coins, Peppa, different kitty things, and things like that. It's very, very interesting. It was a very, very nice psyop in the first place, because if you would think like this strong build up for many months with cat meta, and then Roaring Kitty coming back as the main figure of the cat meta, and essentially the whole GME pump as well, because there were definitely insiders buying this thing right here at the end of April. And Caesar is saying that they were teasing the comeback of Roaring Kitty in the first place, which is a very, very interesting point. So if we actually have this as a psyop, it's just a crazy operation. Unfortunately, which is interesting, market does not believe it much. I heard some estimates that retail actually threw in like $100 billion in these several days in GME, and a crazy amount of money as well. We had someone like Andrew Tate screaming about this thing in the first place as well, and Caesar is claiming that Tate is actually involved into the whole thing as well. That's just so crazy if you think about that. But at the same time, we see that market does not accept this thing in the first place. The whole thing is dumping already. We're seeing the pump currently. Yes, BTC surging up, but I kind of see and I feel that people are actually selling on this pump. People don't believe in the market currently. They think that we will probably go into sideways action till summer. There are a bunch of bears and things like that. And that's actually something that makes me bullish on the marketplace currently at this stage, because of the reason that there are so many people who are actually selling into the pump, and they don't not believe that we will be going up. As mentioned, as I do believe that we actually should be seeing new all-time high for Bitcoin and for Ethereum this month, at least for Bitcoin in the first place. 1 second. I hope everything is alright with the video, guys. If not, unfortunately, nothing I can do at this stage. If it won't be alright, I would probably just record a separate video. I do have some issues with the internet connection in the past several days. So I do believe that we will be seeing the all-time high for BTC this month. One of the predictions essentially is true already, because I was saying last week, it's from the 8th of May, that pump starts next week, and pump definitely started this week. It started yesterday. And if you're watching yesterday video on this channel, at the end of the video, if you were actually able to watch till the end, I'm saying I think you should buy. And this video was recorded before the actual pump, and you can check if it was recorded at the actual pump by the price of the Ethereum, because I'm showing my wallet, and you can compare the amount of Ethereum that I have in the wallet to the price of Ethereum at this stage. And that's how you can actually figure out the timing. Blast meme season starts in May. This is something to discuss as well, because essentially we just get the news from Blast ecosystem themselves that airdrop will be not on 26th of May, but on 26th of June. So they're delaying airdrop by 1 month because they probably don't have like a lot of things ready at this stage or something. They also mentioned that for this they would increase the amount of the airdrop and things like that. I don't see this as a negative. I think it's actually quite interesting. It's quite bullish. It will get all the people out who are not ready to wait out of the tokens of the ecosystem. It will get them out of the ecosystem. So it's better because JITs, they have to suffer. So essentially, people who really believe in the whole thing, they're the ones who are staying, who are able to wait. It's essentially like airdrop is going to happen within 1.5 months. Unfortunately, the chance of airdrop being the sell the news event might be increasing, but at the same time, you cannot say that we have a lot of strengths in the market currently. And I'm sure you're seeing yourself that a bunch of people are actually selling on the pump. Therefore, I do think that right now the market is still scared, but I do see this as a very, very bullish type of price action, because if I would be the one, if I would be the manipulator with trillions of dollars in Bitcoin, I would deliberately want to pump this thing and to make sure that people would sell into the pump. I will pump it a bit higher, still have a bunch of non-believers, still make sure that they will be selling into the pump, and then just launch a huge green candle. And after that, I will probably dump on them and liquidate the positions once everyone will essentially turn bullish, once everyone will essentially take long positions as well. But unfortunately, it's very, very hard at this stage to actually be able to tell what will be happening with the market once you would be reaching these all-time highs this month. This month, and we still only have like 2 weeks left. We will see what will be happening. I'm bullish from my end. I was not essentially taking any profits. And one interesting thing is that a lot of people are saying already that they will be taking profits into the upcoming pump. And some people are saying this already, that they will most likely be actually taking profits in the pump. In the current pump, they're taking profits. And if pump will continue further, they will probably be taking profits as well. Well, it's just the dynamic of different market players on the market currently. Sooner or later, people who would want to take profits, they will exhaust. They would not want to take profits, or they would not have anything more to sell. And we will be surging up higher and more confidently as well, because chart essentially is just showing the psychology of human beings, right? I'm just holding my stuff. There are some interesting things coming up for Ethereum memecoins. We had a surge on Pepe. Boden was recovering a bit as well. It was actually crazy to see Boden at 150 million market cap, and it's more crazy that I did not enter at 150 million market cap, because yeah, this thing should be in billions, definitely in billions. And we all have to understand how bearish current market caps for the longer term picture of the bull market, because valuations, they will not make sense in a true bull market, in a true bull rally as well. And seeing some projects as like 100 millions market cap, it's so low. Like there is so small confidence in the market at this stage. And at the same time, we do have to understand that Bitcoin is in general is following liquidity cycles. We are at the start of the liquidity cycle at this stage. Risk assets, they tend not to do very, very well at I would say we are ending first quarter of current liquidity cycle. So we already turned up, but we're not even in the middle at this stage. And risk assets, they don't tend to do well at the start of the liquidity cycles, but they pump the hardest when we are coming closer to the end of the liquidity cycle, because there are a bunch of people who are feeling FOMO, there are a bunch of people who want to put the money somewhere to catch the multipliers, because they have a feeling, they feel like they missed out. And that's why these most explosive moves that we are seeing in the crypto market, because crypto is still like a risk asset, and it's kind of following the stock market, and it's following all the assets. Mostly it's following stock market and tech stocks. And I do believe that we still have some time till BTC will be able to differentiate as like own asset class and like hedge against inflation, things like that. Although some people, they've seen it already. Some people, they would transfer in the gold holdings like 5, 6, 7 years back into Bitcoin already, but we yet to see this because currently BTC just works as the leverage position on risky stocks. But it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting what type of events would actually be seen in the upcoming couple of years and how Bitcoin will be perceived differently, if it essentially will be perceived differently, right? And one interesting thing I was also saying, back on 10th of April, I created a video, top 10 crypto coins to buy when Bitcoin reaches 48K in upcoming 7 days. I wanted to check out the charts, right? I specifically 10th of April, right here. So it was right here before this dump, right? Pretty much 3 days later, 1 week later, we already were at like $60,000. 59, 60, 57 even as well, but yeah, 57, we were somewhere right here. So we pretty much lost more than 10%, around 15 to 20% in the 7 days on Bitcoin price of this week. And I was thinking about 48K for BTC in the first place, but I don't think that it's reasonable at this stage. I don't think that this cycle would actually be seeing larger moves on BTC itself, because we have the ETF, we have banks like Millennium telling that they're essentially holding $200 billion worth of BTC ETF at this stage already. And this tendency, it's only going to be increasing. It's only going to surge up. There are a bunch of countries that are non-disclosed at this stage who are mining BTC, who are buying BTC, who are essentially meeting with the president of El Salvador. So there is a lot of things that are happening in the world currently with BTC in the first place. And it's very, very interesting how alts and how our alt season correlates to the things that are happening with BTC in the first place. Because dominance, we kind of see the change of trend there, but it still feels like we might have some time for dominance to finally go up. Some of my lines here, let me actually remove that. So yeah, we definitely see a surge up in dominance recently. And some people were calling 57% as top for Bitcoin dominance. I was essentially saying the same from my end. But we still have this narrative that these things should be going up, that we should, going down, that we should be seeing this thing at least 45%, which means that it should go down from the current levels 11%, where we would essentially have our alt season. We still have some targets like as the high range, as the high level support at 60% for Bitcoin dominance. We will actually be able to see if we would be going there. I don't think so. I think that we will be seeing new BTC all-time high this month, which is only in upcoming 2 weeks. And we should be seeing some price action on Ethereum as well. And price action on Ethereum should kind of force the long-waited alt season as well. We will see if this would be we will see if this would actually be happening, because a lot of people actually are predicting the fact that if we will not be seeing our alt season around this time, like May, June, then we would probably have to wait till the end of the year already. Something I wanted to share with the dump that I was sharing here, right? So this video on 10th of April. We can check that on 10th of April, it was exactly couple days before Sui dumped to zero. It actually was 0.00. It was 0.87 on some exchanges, because people were essentially staying in bunch of longs. And on this move, I actually lost $100,000 in all of my longs on altcoins, which pretty much resulted that I don't have a lot of altcoins at this stage. Most altcoins I have are low caps that I'm holding on spot, or I do have memecoins as well. And it's very, very interesting type of situation where for Sui, we pretty much showed 60% downwards movement on the course of 1 week, which is crazy to think in the first place of. And the reason I'm actually showing you this is because I was speaking about 48K BTC, but the dump that we've seen in altcoins that pretty much got altcoins to the levels of January levels, all the gains for this year, they wiped out. They were wiped out. I would say that the impact of this thing is kind of similar to the impact of BTC going to 48K, especially if you would actually check out the fact that BTC itself on 10th of April till, let's actually check out, right? So 10th of April, it was somewhere right here, right? And 13th of April, it didn't correct much. It corrected like $3,000. And we had 60% downwards movement on most of the altcoins. Just so crazy. It just seems like a huge, giant manipulation. And I was explaining these things in my videos on altcoins, actually, that the fact that VCs probably had a bunch of the supply, and the fact that they probably understood the market direction, they probably understood that things that they should be correcting, and they just decided to take the liquidity first. They just decided not to leave any liquidity for retail, just to make sure that they will have this additional liquidity moving forward to actually pump the token and manipulate the charts as well. So overall, finalizing the whole thing, I do think that it's very, very interesting what is actually happening with Roaring Kitty situation and with the market overall, with how this thing is actually getting manipulated by like just larger people milking the market, like through these psyops. And it's very, very interesting that if cat Memecoin meta was a build-up, a psyop in the first place as well, how much time they were actually preparing for this, because cat meme coins, I think like they're on the market from at least like start of the year, somewhere like that. And it was a very, very interesting plan, because you're pretty much building up cat meme coin meta, and then you're getting someone like Roaring Kitty, and then you're essentially attracting all the retail onto Twitter, where constantly like different coins are getting shilled to them, including the cat meme coins in the first place as well. So it's a very, very interesting type of setup, type of chain, but I think they essentially missed with the fact on how retail is doing in the first place currently. And we definitely see that despite the fact that people put $100 billion in GME and AMC in the course of the very, very small amount of days, it's still not doing well at this stage. Like, it corrected heavily. It shows $29 from the highs of $66. So people don't believe, and they just need news story. 35% correction on the stock market is just so crazy. Definitely someone tried to ignite something that was there on the marketplace before, and right now the thing is changing. The atmosphere is changing already. It's so interesting to see what is happening on the marketplace, and we definitely can see that with all the Solana meme coin trading, that metas, they're actually alive on the market for 2 to 3 to 4 days in the first place, which is just so crazy. It definitely shows that average age of people who are trading Solana meme coins is definitely lower. I would say it's around 20, if not even lower, just because of the fact that everything is so quick. And it definitely shows that attention span of people is lower, and at the same time they probably feel time not so fast, because when you're older, months can go by, you cannot notice in the first place. But when you're younger, a lot of things are happening on a daily basis, and you tend to perceive time as something that lasts more time, if it makes sense in the first place. Therefore, I do believe that's like the main reason of why we're seeing these type of metas and meme coin trading metas coming and going away very quickly. Interesting thing about all these psyops and Roaring Kitty situation, things like that, is that it can kind of turn away a large amount of retail if it's a psyop in the first place. And I would say that the price action definitely shows it at this stage. Market did not believe the return. It believed for like certain like period of time. Right now, videos are still being published from Roaring Kitty Twitter page, and no one cares pretty much. The stock is just going down. Very interesting situation. So to sum up the whole thing, I think a lot of people felt that situation with Roaring Kitty will continue for a large amount of time. I do think that there is a chance it's a psyop. I don't think that they like it's very, very easy for them to buy this Twitter account in the first place. And the whole situation with Jimmy and all these memes, yeah, they just milked the market. They just took profits and they used them to get them into different Solana meme coins in the first place, right? We will see what will be happening. The like small pump has started. People are selling into the pump. We will be seeing what will be happening next. As mentioned, I told you a week ago that we will be pumping this week. The start of the pump happened. I do expect all-time highs for BTC this month as well. Let's see what will be happening. And it's very, very interesting from my end. I'm not trying to provide you like with, oh, it's either going up or it's either going down. I'm very, very tired of people who are providing these type of opinions. I think if you're providing a certain type of opinion, you should just go straight with this type of opinion. And I'm sharing my opinion publicly, and I'm voting with my wallet as well, because I have a bunch of degenerate high-risk coins in my portfolio as well. If we are going into the multi-month sideways action, I will not be doing well. I will definitely not be doing well with the coins that I have in my portfolio at this stage. I'm still holding, and I'm even adding some more. Let's see what will be happening. I mentioned that this stream we will have a bit lower presentation because I'm under the weather. So I would want to probably come to your questions, and we will just proceed with the Q&A. And I do actually expect to kind of end this thing quite soon as well. VCs and memes under 10, pulse chain, lagging. What's your take on Ton and the not airdrop, sell and use? Depends on the market in general. So airdrops are very, very interesting things because they are adding a bunch of free liquidity into the ecosystem. So oftentimes they can start certain action on the chains. And there are definitely some people who are building in Memecoins on Ton, and Notcoin can essentially become a catalyst for a meme season on Ton chain. I'm not following it much. To be honest, I don't feel a lot of, I don't see a lot of feedback of things that are happening there. So we will be seeing. In the current market conditions, unfortunately, it can become sell the news event. Yeah, lagging, video is getting better, internet dump. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Budgie on Blast Bull didn't bad choice, but didn't bad. Budgie is interesting because I was checking out the project as well. I was checking out the top wallets. It seemed like a cabal play. So there are a bunch of me ladies, there are a bunch of MFers in Budgie as well. So if you kind of want to ride along with the cabal, like I think it might be an interesting choice for you. The Gen Boom Blast was not checking out. Then I following Boba drama, American drama. With Boba something, people are fighting because they're like inside the wallets who were buying, I think, like at $50, and right now they have like 800k million. But it's very, very interesting because on Bubble Maps you can actually see my wallet as well. It's connected to Maxi, and I was not an insider. I was not buying Bobo at $50 at the launch. I think I put like in total around $25,000 in Bobo. And the reason I think I'm on Bubble Maps is because Maxi wallet is like Bubble Maps. They essentially showing Maxi wallet and all the wallets that are connected with Maxi. And I was sending at a certain point of time, I was sending at least either half of my Bobo supply or all of my Bobo supply on Maxi. I was playing with some like limiters and things like that, and eventually I just decided to get Bobo out of Maxi because I was afraid that once this thing will pump like very, very hard, Maxi will essentially block like withdrawals and things like that. So I didn't want to do that. So that's why I got it out of Maxi. And you still can see my wallet on Bubble Maps as well. So this like whole type of fund, it's quite weak in the first place. So we will see what will be happening with Boba. It's a very, very interesting price action that Pepe searched. We saw Mog and then maybe some other things, but not much in terms of others, and not much in terms of bubble. We do have to understand that these beta plays, they do only work if the holders of larger coin, they do understand that their coin topped, so there is not much potential at this stage. Therefore, they're taking some of the profits and they are repositioning some of these profits into other things as well, right? That's actually the way how alt seasons are starting with the Bitcoin, with like people who are holding Bitcoin, selling a part of the Bitcoin and repositioning to lower caps as well. So this is exactly the situation with Pepe and Bobo and all these beta plays as well. So we would still have to wait till, in the first place, people would understand that Pepe local topped and it makes sense to take some of it and reposition. And secondly, we have to be in the better market conditions where people would feel safer about the market, where people would not feel like taking profits like after 2x and things like that. So something that we see on Solana so much time. So we would still have to wait for these things till better plays like Boba would be able to do well. But there is an interesting projections about Ethereum meme coins that might be happening in 2 to 3 weeks. We definitely saw Mock moving a bit from the lows. We definitely saw Bitcoin moving from the lows as well. And we see new Pepe all-time high. We will be seeing that. And it's interesting that in my Discord, I was actually sharing that when Pepe pumped, I was sharing that I do not trust this Pepe pump much. Because it seems like, yeah, with the information from Roaring Kitty being a cable play, it's honestly seems like a structured thing in the first place. Because even before I realized the connection of Roaring Kitty, even before information shared by Caesar, I didn't trust Pepe Pump because it seemed to me that market makers, they just burned some tokens just to see the reaction of the market. So they burned some Ethereum to pump up the token to see the reaction from the market. They did not see the reaction. They definitely expected more reaction from the return of Roaring Kitty. They probably were expecting retail and things like that. It did not work like at all. I think the idea was, it's kind of interesting to see currently that these things might be connected in the first place, because I think that the idea was to burn their Pepe and essentially to burn some Ethereum, to pump up Pepe with all the news, and the whole thing is connected, and kind of make this Pepe at the forefront of resistance for retail. But I think it didn't work in the first place. So it's very, very interesting. See, he just admitted he would dump on you. No, I'm actually planning to hold for quite some time. I was planning to take profits around the pump, some of the profits. I would love to take my initials from everything that I put into crypto around the upcoming pump. We will be seeing if I will be able to do that. But yeah, it's definitely not all of my bags. I'm not planning to like sell off all of my tokens. I would be planning to take some of the profits at the end of the year, because I believe that this is somewhere where a lot of people will be taking profits. But I believe we will search for higher moving forward. Crazy to see bought in 150 million right now, as it was at 30 million they didn't buy. Yeah. Alt's no good right now. Any thoughts on GME? What is better to buy, GME or AMC? It's very, very hard to say if it's actually going to come back currently at this stage. Like these Solana JITs, they're just crazy in the first place. They're just crazy with how fast they're JITting the tokens. And it's actually it's hard, because we can easily go for the next leg up, because Roaring Kitty is still kind of pushing his memes, but GME on Solana is following the stock, and stock is dumping. And like we won't have Roaring Kitty probably coming up himself. Like there is nothing more that he can do to actually, it's either he will come up himself, or like he's just posting videos on Twitter. He does not have any more ammo. And there is a high chance that this is a psyop, because when I thought of Pepe pumping, and when I understood that I don't believe the pump in the first place, it all makes sense now. With the fact that, yeah, it might be a pure cabal play. It's just so crazy. If it's a manipulation, it's very smart, and it's just crazy. And it might be a very, very easily, it might be just a play from Ethereum whales, which they can buy Roaring Kitty Twitter, like 500k That's nothing to them. Just like their alt season was meant to take off, and now they're getting wrecked over and over. I'm scared now people talk about Ton. You were the only one talking about Ton, and Rido, I love Reka. Yeah, I don't know about Reka. Ton still should have a bunch of upside, but yeah, in this market, in the current market, we still have to adopt time, and we definitely have to wait. Ton will definitely get pushed. I don't think that interview of Durov was without any purpose by Tucker Carlson. I don't think that he was on the conference with no purpose. I think they will be pumping Ton pretty nicely this market. You're my bad meme influence. All right. When you say when people will look to sell, take profits, and the price will surge up after that, what does the time frame looks like after they sell? So you have to think from the point of view of the market maker. You have to think from the point of view of the manipulator. Your goal is to make sure that when you're pumping the rocket up, as less amount of people possible, like you have the least amount of people possible in the rocket, because it would be the easiest to pump this rocket up. And when it will be surging up, people will still not believe, like, what is happening? Oh, I sold. Oh, it's going up. It's probably fake pump. I will not be buying. And they will not be buying, not be buying, not be buying. And eventually they will be buying the top, because they would feel far more like, shit, I didn't buy in the first place. So your goal as the market maker and as the manipulator in the market is to make sure that you will not have random people in this rocket. That's why I think we had this altcoins dump, because it does not make much sense for them to surge the altcoins up with all these random players and all that long. Like, market had a bunch of longs back in April, a bunch of longs, and they just decided to free the rocket up. They can wait a couple months. Like, venture funds, they actually spent 2 months to acquire a position in a stock. Like, these people definitely have time. Time is on their end at this stage. Can you speak on tokenomics? Does that concern you, Stan? Does not concern me much, because they invested too much. They need liquidity. They will be pumping this thing up. That's very easy. Stan, I see you follow Arbus on Ton with 100k followers. I follow a lot of people. How many shitcoins did you shield this year? Well, shitcoins, I'm not sure. I was sure memecoins, and I was sure memecoins that I mostly was buying myself. Except for RWF and Pendle, everything is down. RWF and Pendle, yeah, that makes sense. Market makers are busy right now. It's interesting because if you would check out on Arkham, you can actually see that they were definitely acquiring positions, and they're definitely buying altcoins at this stage currently. So this should tell you something. He sold the Twitter lol. News about Redom, just holding, not following much. With low from Sneebo, sure. What's your take on Ton and the not airdrop? So the news already told about that. What final market cap of ND do you expect? I honestly expect for it to be in billions. It would require Blast doing well. I expect Blast doing well, and it will definitely take time. Like, ND will not be in billions tomorrow. I just like to see the fact that it's like most trending meme coin on the chain for the last several months. I don't believe it will like someone would be able to take this like attention out. The team is working on enabling of meme season. It's definitely on-chain based. So I would say it would just take time. But it's a very, very blue chip piece of meme. I like the team, I like the chain, I like the founder of the chain. I think Blast this season is similar to betting on BNB in the last cycle. Because if you're thinking that, like, every exchange, they have the coin currently, they know the story of BNB, so it's kind of like the market partially understanding the thesis there. And base thesis is well understood, and I would say that Liney and MetaMask thesis is a very, very interesting one in the first place as well. But yeah, I do think that Blast, like betting on Blast this cycle might be something similar to betting on CZ and BNB. They're a bit different because obviously CZ and BNB is a centralized exchange and Blast is Ethereum layer 2, which you can say like a custom blockchain. We will see what will be happening. I just like the bet. I just think it should be doing well. We don't have the token at this stage, so I'm just betting on the meme coin. How you envision Bobo journey? billions, Boba billions. I'm just waiting. Like I was waiting. I was sitting in 70% like declines in the bear market, and I like the community. I like the meme. I like the things that are happening with Boba in the first place. I think it's a strong beta play, and it will be liquidating. It will be receiving its share of liquidity, 100%. Fuck, my throat just died in the real time. Do you think it's a good idea to buy as much as possible now, new projects, IDO, etc.? Not really big into memes, to be honest. Yeah, I think so, because when you're buying into IDOs, you need to understand what's the vesting schedule. And if the vesting schedule is like not that long, I would say something with a vesting schedule of 1 year from now should be all right. Something with longer vesting schedule, you might just end up with your tokens in the bear market and no one giving a fuck about crypto. But with IDOs, like there are definitely certain risks connected with them. And I would say that right now prices for altcoins are very, very nice for the coins that are already on the market currently. And if you would be buying into IDOs, because we have this hate from current participants of the market, speaking of the IDOs, everything that's happened with them. So we have to understand that IDOs might not be. So if you're buying into IDO, you should be confident in the things that you're buying. You should be confident it will be able to attract liquidity and attract attention as well. Because some people are saying that, yeah, like this cycle only chosen projects will perform well. But at the same time, like we have to understand that the whole financial situation of the market will be changing. There will be more liquidity. There will be more people making money. And these people, they will be spending hundreds of millions of dollars to market the projects. And BTC will be higher at as the current all-time high. So what I'm trying to communicate is that it might be limiting belief that this cycle is not about altcoins and VCs will get fucked. It's just that currently, in the current environment, yes, because it makes zero sense for the current market players, especially after they got fucked in April, to hold a bunch of altcoins because they're heavily underperforming thus far. But you also have to understand that we are not in the part of the market for the alt season currently, because alt season starts when these projects, they start to market themselves, and they will not start to market themselves until BTC will be at all-time highs, because it's just a very, very low effectiveness of the marketing dollar. It's like burning money if they would be essentially focusing on, and I'm sure that they were trying that. I'm sure that they were doing it already. They just saw that, all right, market is not responding well, so we'll just wait. Same as Cabal with Pepe and market makers of Pepe and Roaring Kitty. They bought the account, they forced some people to buy, they dumped on them, they pumped Pepe, they didn't see that a lot of people started to buy Pepe. No issues, they will just wait more. Maybe they will even dump on certain people currently to take the liquidity out of them if they need it. Maybe not, we'll see. Read or hold? Yeah, I'm holding. What do you think about the Cyan testnet of Based AI releasing this week? Don't know much. I believe it's about Memecoin ETH. Well, we will see. AI is definitely a nice meme coin. So in terms of the meme coins, like after meme coins, AI is the best meme coin. How to buy Caspa on centralized exchanges? Southern say it seems like another VC pump and dump coin like Sui. Might be, most likely. I'm just not following much, so I can't share much. Is Chonky was buying for the cat narrative? Don't know Chonky, I'm sorry. Where to buy Caspa? Told you already. Thanks. Who are VCs? VCs are venture capitalists. They are essentially the ones who invest in the projects at the early stages, where the project is still not on the market yet. So it did not have token generation event. It does not have tokens. So they invest into a team, and team is building something. They can be building for years. And eventually the token is being released on the marketplace, and VCs, they have vesting schedules. So they receive a percentage of tokens right away, and then they continue to receive their tokens moving forward. Therefore, they are diluting the overall supply of the tokens, which results in them most likely dumping the tokens on the marketplace. And people who are buying into the tokens, they're constantly getting dumped on. If selling pressure is higher, if we're in the rage of the bull market, tokens still go up and they don't give a fuck in the first place. If selling pressure is strong, then obviously the price is dumping, something that we're seeing currently. One interesting thing is that when tokens are launched on the market, the amount of tokens in circulating supply is quite low, and usually a lot of tokens are being held by the team or the market makers. Therefore, it's very, very easy for it's very, very easy for market makers to pump the project when there is small amount of tokens in the circulation. So things like Suyo, for example, I think they have like 15 to 20% of tokens in this circulation currently. It's very, very easy to pump. Same as Solana last cycle as well. When in the 300 million, if everything is alright, end of June. If not, probably we'll have to wait till end of year. I know you're Boba Big Holder now. Yeah. It is the right time to buy Landwolf on AVAX. Yeah, if you're considering buying Landwolf AVAX on AVAX, definitely that's the right time because it's at the lows and AVAX at the lows as well. Lindon Linea, it might still capitulate due to time moving forward. We will see, but yeah, I do expect that a lot of people will be selling their Linda just through the capitulation to time, because airdrop is not coming like anytime soon. It's coming probably around September, October, so people will definitely have to wait. Lagging, yeah, I'm sorry guys. Tony talked first about, now many talk about, so you're following Arbus. Saw this as well. I love your mind because you're Caesar Boba Cabalion in the trenches. I love it. Sure. Is it Patreon or Discord membership? Yeah, Discord gives you, Patreon gives you Discord membership, so it's the same thing. Anybody? Keep up great videos. Thank you as well. Your bread bag must look like better since yesterday. Aped another 300k yesterday. Hi, it was you, admitted. And no, unfortunately it was not me. Yeah, it looks better now, but we will see. I'm not taking out margin at this stage because I still expect that we might be seeing certain downside, but overall I'm bullish. Overall, I'm actually quite bullish for this month. The only issue is that for other projects except BTC doing well, once BTC will be at all-time highs, because we had situations back in January around Bitcoin ETF approval. BTC surged to 50k and alts, they just did not care. They did not care at all. Big lag on video, I'm sorry. I did not take profits on any of mine. Also Pepe, I wish I did not, all the way down, but yeah, it's always better. It's always easy when you're thinking like, oh, I could have taken this profit and buy back 2 times higher, but it's about risking the upside and downside, and it's about time in the market beats time in the market. Reka, the counterpart of Riddle, have a look. All right, basically you have to program your mind to work in a contrarian way. Yeah, if you're just contemplating the market, you would be all right most of the times. Just concentrating the sentiment, concentrating the market, most of the times you will be doing quite well. Because even currently, like the fact that you are here, we have 100 people. It lags for me, but we have 100 people watching this stream. There is a very, very high fucking chance that you will be making it this cycle, because most people, they're calling crypto scam at this stage, and most people, they will be buying crypto when we will be closer to the top of the liquidity cycle, because at that time buying risk assets would be alright, will be normalized. They would think that yeah, it's probably time, everyone is talking about it, it would be safe, it would be comfortable. And if you're investing and you feel comfortable internally, that's not the right time to buy. You're doing something wrong. You should feel pain when you buy, and you should feel pain when you sell. These are the right times. Currently, it's painful to buy. Scammy, things like that, it's the right time. Back in April, it was painful to sell. It was the right time to sell. What do you think about Ponky? I think billions. Yeah, I think Ponky will be doing very, very well. I think I was buying like only 2k of Ponky. I missed initial call from Crash. we will see what will be happen with Ponky, but yeah, they have Luke Belmar onboarded, and the content is pretty nice as well. Merlin Layer 2, is it the Chinese scam? I saw some memes here in BTC. So I know some insights about Merlin chain. I'm not sure if I should be sharing them. I would say the technology is weak, but it does not mean it will pump. Currently, from the execution point of view, it seems like, from the market execution point of view, it seems like strongest project in BTC Layer 2s. It's definitely like a bit shady, scammy one as well, but I would say that it probably has like highest chance of pumping up in comparison to all the others currently. And I'm not following much. I don't even know the current market cap of the token, but I just know it's at the bottom currently. It might be interesting to buy it right now. So moving forward. What is your stand on base chain? A bit forced narrative. Thesis is understood by the market. I do see base chain play is a play on the Cabal. So I would say it would not even be pumping much, I think, from the narrative of real retail coming back. It just would be pumping from the expectation and from the fact that Cabal will be funneling people into that. So if we're at the bottom for memes on chain, I think it's quite smart to buy, because it will definitely get pushed by the Cabal. Like, they definitely adopted it. There are people like Andrew Tate in base chain. There are a bunch of others like Luke Belmar as well. All the bread situation, Coinbase shilling it, all the influencers, yeah, they will definitely be essentially pumping it. If Putin permitted no clear, only love and weed, not in Dubai, no drugs. Yeah, guys, don't be afraid of nuclear war. I'm from the land around Chernobyl. Just have 2 cocks and everything else is fine. Wondering if I should buy more Bobo or Snibo. Thoughts? Snibo is definitely more degen. Bobo is just more safe. So it's up to you. It's up to your risk. But Snibo follows Bobo, that's for sure. I would say that Snibo is definitely better playing Bobo. A bunch of Bobo holders, they hold Snibo as well. Bobo page is essentially sharing memes with Snibo too. So once we would be at the stage of the market where Bobo will be pumping, where people will feel safe, Snibo, like, they will feel degen and they will be pumping Snibo as well. And one more thing, I think currently is the time to buy into risk assets. The time to buy into risk assets is not when it's gonna be alright. It's not when it's going to be like, it's not when it's gonna get normalized to buy into risk assets. Currently is the time to buy into risk assets. The only thing you have to understand is that if the risk asset you are buying into will be able to survive, that's where you will be making money. Love your lives, bro. Follow the moon, my friend. Cheers. Are all memes on Solana pump and dump? Well, I think it's connected with the nature of Solana, because even Ethereum memes, like, I have to tell you this, I have to explain this. So you have to understand, like, average trader, average person who is on Ethereum, and average person who is on Solana. On Ethereum, it's probably someone close to his end 20s, 30 years old plus. He probably has a bunch of liquidity, because people who are on Ethereum, they probably made a bunch of money last cycle, or they just have a bunch of liquidity in the first place. They're older, so they don't want to make like a lot of actions. They probably understand investing better. They're probably not eager to trade much, so they just want to buy into projects, wait, take the profits, move on, or even just hold. I believe like a lot of projects, they just hold them till they die. Solana, younger guys, lower attention span, fast, doing a bunch of, like, if you check on chain how much Solana tokens are being sold and bought, they're just crazy. Like, they're just like junkies in the first place. How much actions they're actually making. And yeah, things on Solana, they're also getting jittered. Like, I'm watching one of the memes on Solana with a nice narrative, and it's just constantly getting jittered. It can't go through. It's very interesting. And it's also very interesting that I did not make any money on Solana this cycle. All the money I made were not on Solana. And I think it's actually quite unique because most of the money I made in meme coins, but they're not on Solana. I think we don't have a lot of people. Well, we definitely have some, but we don't have a lot with the same type of story. Or maybe like this Solana garbage is just being sold to you. It's definitely being sold. It's definitely a narrative that's being sold, like Solana, 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 because they want you to come to Solana. Solana is the easiest way to rob you because people there are jits. They are taking profits after 2x, 3x, then you can the chart right away. They care for $150. They will take like 20% of profit. So yeah, it's definitely harder. Like all the time when I want to lose some money because I feel that I need to give away something to the market to decrease the potential for myself, I'm just going on Solana. I'm losing some money. I think I lost like 40k on Solana in the last several days. Yeah, say information is makes sense. What Pepe do you like the most? Pepe coin. Pepe. It's a cable play. Pepe coin, just from my point of view, it's a weaker play. We will see. But yeah, Pepe is definitely a cable play. How would you rank the major narratives that being the Boys Club, Fortune, Pepe, versus Politify, Cat coins, and the main meme of each chain? Love your work. Cheers. I would say that Politify is short term probably going to be the strongest one. Pepe is definitely the strong meme narrative for the whole cycle. It's definitely going to get pushed. And these ETH whales, they have money, they have millions of dollars, they will make sure to push it. For Chan, Pepeverse probably comes after that. Boys Club. So we definitely have Bread. I think like liquidity on Bobo is still larger than liquidity on Bread, right? But I feel like Pepeverse is stronger than Boys Club. However, I think liquidity is already larger in Boys Club, especially with all the copycats of Brad, of Andy, of Wolf. Like Boys Club actually should be larger liquidity-wise than 4chan Pepeverse. But I just like the Pepeverse. It's just different type of community. They actually have community. Cat coins a bit forced. People are saying that they are underpriced, they are mispriced, and women will like cat coins. There are more dog owners. It's hard with cat coins. I would say they're a bit first, but it's nothing bad that they're first. They just understand that they're first and try to make money on it. Main meme of each chain. Yeah, I do actually like the narrative of the main meme of each chain, especially when it's connected to the strongest meme narrative of this cycle, which, as I think, is Pepe. I like this combination very, very much. I think it should be doing very, very well because meme of each chain, like best meme, even not best, like top 2, top 3, top 5, they will always outperform the main token of the chain, which will always result in the fact of people wanting to make more money and actually buy into a meme coin, because main tokens of the chains, they still, like, some of them might be inflationary, some of them might have unlocks, and you're just buying the meme, you're just riding the meme, and it's all fine. Bullish on Bobo. There is also Bobo on BTC runes called Bobo on Bitcoin. That seems like a cool derivative. Yeah, there are a bunch of Bobos actually. What do you think is going to do better, Ton or Sui? Currently Sui, just because of the fact that the market cap is lower. What do you think about Ponke? Bullish on Ponke. Is Trump and good coin? Don't know. Can everyone smash a like button? Yeah. Master about Alan on Solana? Don't know. Comfy with my Bobo and Snibu? Yeah, same. Would you happen to know where we can go learn what assets the Chinese and Slavic markets are into? Chinese BTC ecosystem, Slavic largest altcoins like Aptos, Atom, Ton. A bunch of Russian-speaking guys are actually into Ton as well. Even retail in Russian-speaking countries, they're just buying Ton. They don't know anything else. Yo, love, yeah, cheers. Will Ponke be up when BTC is down? Also, will Pepe be up when BTC is down? I'm confused. So they generally follow the largest meme coin. Yeah, it's a very, very nice thing that I said it. They're following largest meme coin, which is Bitcoin, right? Are you still in the bread? Yeah, I'm still in the bread. I'm holding my loan, still down. Boys Club of 4chan, Pepperverse. 4chan, Pepperverse, I feel might have more upside currently. Boys Club just might be more appealing to retail, to people that don't know anything, because 4chan Memeverse, yeah, it has this type of like redacted memes, so they're definitely targeted their own audience targeting. But yeah, Pepe should be doing well, and 4chan Memeverse, they're connected to Pepe more, it feels like, from community point of view, from other points of view, as Boys Club. It's hard. I just own both. It is still worth taking meme coins. Yeah, of course. We are very, very early. Like right now, we are very, very early still. Why watch you in 10 frame? I'm sorry. You keep hating on Solana, but look at ETH chart. Yeah, Solana is definitely doing well. I mid-curved Solana this cycle. It's just a different type of game. So I'm trying to understand, but I feel like I just need more time. And why should I invest into understanding on Solana if I'm making money on other things as well? Like, Solana is just a different type of game. Even with Ponk, like the fact it took so much time to reach the current levels, so many JITs, man, so many JITs on Solana, just crazy. Cheers. What do you think is a higher upside, Solana or ETH this cycle? So Solana seems to be closer to the local top, and Ethereum should definitely be moving. From these levels, I still think that Solana might be doing more excess, but yeah, it's hard to vision Solana at like $800, very, very hard at this stage. And if like 8K, we should definitely be seeing 8K Ethereum. But with Ethereum, it's easier to bet on memes because they should be surging up with Ethereum surging up. Linda to the moon, that's right. Phantom, they do the same, yeah. Take profit right away, yeah. On Alex too. Any thoughts on Brett on ETH? Not following it. Well, with the copycats, they might be like, it's hard because from one point of view, if one version will surge up like crazy, maybe copycats will die. But eventually, maybe people will still buy into copycats, just like as a degenerate play. What is not a cabal play? Something that is fairly distributed and things like that. But yeah, it's like when there is no centralization, when a larger percentage of supply is not being held by like a certain group, there are a bunch of JITs, there are a bunch of people selling. So it's very, very hard, especially in this type of market, for these things to pump up. Thoughts on Trap? Should be doing well. Crowdy in the late future. Well, the rep battle definitely is going down. Crash will probably continue to shield Crowdy for some time, but we will see, because the narrative without rep battle is definitely not a very long-term one. You ignored my snip on NFT question, Habibi. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. What do you gameplay for Andy? Will you sell all in May? No, definitely not. If I would be taking profit on Andy in June, I would just be taking maybe like 25% max. Bobo, Lindo, and Rido holding all. I would sell Pepe into the American election, especially if it looks like Trump is going to win. Yeah, it's quite interesting because Pepe is connected to Trump as well, which is crazy. If you think like how good this narrative is and how well it's planned, because it's definitely planned by the cabal in the first place. It's just crazy. When is high of market this season? Either around election or 2025, mid 2025. I'm thinking more about 2025. I don't think that we will be getting the left or slightly cycle. I think it's going to be a default cycle because it just follows the liquidity cycle. Is Hunt Boden a sound investment? Well, as a Boden beta play, he will have like a trial in June or something, so should be doing well, yeah. No, I'm not going to sell my ND in May. I was talking about June, and only if it will be doing well, which I think it will be doing well, and only 25% max, because I would not want to lose my exposure to ND, because I believe that Blast will be winning Ethereum layer 2 race, and it will be doing quite well as one of the largest memes on the chain. Thank you very much for watching this. Do you think this is nice to accumulate more Linda and Bobo? Yeah, I think so. Bobo should be doing well shorter term. Linda is cheaper now because it should be doing well closer to the linear airdrop, but it's